Hey, real moment before you think just another Bluetooth speaker. The first time I hit play on the KEF LSX II, I didn't crank volume, I didn't hunt for setting sliders, I just listened. And suddenly familiar tracks didn't sound familiar anymore. They sounded alive. That subtle moment of presence, that's when you realize your old speakers were only pretending to perform. This is for the kind of person who notices nuance. You feel it in vocals that float instead of anchor, in instruments that feel distant instead of placed, in mixes that lack body or clarity. You don't want louder, you want depth. You want sound that doesn't just fill space but defines it. Before anything else, take a moment to check current price and stock. Premium systems like this don't stay predictable once people start realizing what they actually do. You knew it was time to upgrade when every track on your playlist sounded fine. Until you heard it on something better. I remember listening to a favorite album and thinking, this should have more presence, more separation. That quiet frustration doesn't go away by itself, you outgrow compromise, and then you start craving sound that actually behaves. The moment the LSX II came alive, everything shifted. These aren't just drivers, 5 precisely placed transducers that work together to give true soundstage instead of fake loudness. Vocals felt anchored and real. Instruments had space instead of blur. Bass had authority without crowding, and highs stayed crisp instead of harsh. Wireless streaming didn't just connect, it preserved quality. And once you hear that level of coherence instead of distraction, anything weaker sounds like you're listening through a veil. I lived with this system the way real people do, music sessions where every detail mattered, movie soundtracks that suddenly had texture, playlists where vocals felt like someone was actually in the room, and casual listening where clarity stayed consistent from quiet to loud without fatigue. This isn't about chasing specs on paper, it's about how sound actually feels in your space. So here's the nudge you actually need: don't wait for prices to dip or stock to linger. Quality audio gear like this earns attention fast, and hesitation quietly becomes regret, that little sting every time your current setup feels narrow. You might think wireless speakers can't compete with larger systems. That doubt disappears the moment sound stops feeling flat and starts feeling dimensional. This doesn't just fill the room, it elevates it. Here's the surprise most people don't expect: once your audio stops fighting the space and starts living in it, even quiet moments feel textured instead of hollow, and louder passages feel impactful without harshness. Owning something at this level changes how your room feels. Music feels alive, not shallow. Vocals feel anchored, not distant. Details feel present, not buried. Daily listening feels immersive, not average. If I'm honest, premium sound always benefits from thoughtful placement. And real clarity asks for a real commitment. But at some point, you stop comparing specs and just choose the sound you already wanted, because every time you consider something weaker, you come back to this feeling of yes, that is real audio. Don't let this be the upgrade you delay and later wish you'd made sooner. If you're ready for audio that finally feels complete instead of half there, check the KEF LSX II now and bring your sound to life the way it was meant to be heard.